What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. What's going on? It is Friday, favorite day of the week. I'm relaxed, have my coffee. It's nice and toasty in here, you know what I'm saying? Nice and toasty on my way to the Woo Wop. What is going on, y'all? I saw Tank this morning. He was on the Breakfast Club talking about, the conversation that he started, the conversation. And he articulated himself very well. He did not, the what do you call it? The title of the video said something about him doubling down. And he didn't double down. He said what he had to say, and what he said was really, he was like, because Charlemagne was like, I don't think the response to what you said was homophobia. And Tank said, yes, it was. He said, because people were not trying to determine whether or not two acts in sexual exploration is deemed of a label that you are that is your existence, rather than an experience that you had. He said, and he talked about the double standard of women being allowed to explore their sexuality, because I think women are allowed to explore their sexuality because men feel like they're going to benefit from it. And there's no benefit they don't see it as a benefit for a man to explore their sexuality, because for men, the sexuality of a woman is more of it's a product. It's not about the human. There's no humanity in it. And and I don't think he doubled down. I think he said that, I felt like he said, he was like, there was a lot of people, it was a lot of homophobic, a lot. And he was like, no, just a little bit. He was like, no, a lot. And he said, no, the people didn't want to know and he said, people thought that I said I sucked two penises. And that's what I said last night. It's like, people want to slap folks with a label, and then you want to slap folks with a label and then wonder why, and then be mad about the label, and then treat the person a certain way. It doesn't make sense. What I said was, let me close this. What I said was, okay, so you see that I'm trying to get over. You see that this is a lane that merges. You steadily busting down doors down the lane like people are not on this thing trying to merge. I said, y'all want to label someone gay, then greet them with homophobia, then wonder why your hetero partners have sexual experiences you'll never know about. When you create a hostile environment surrounding sexual expression, it only breeds dishonest interactions. Y'all wonder why men are on the down low? Because not only do men contribute to the anti-gay rhetoric or the homophobia, women do too. Nobody's saying that somebody is homophobic just because you decide you don't want to be with a person who has been with the same sex. No one's saying that. What it's saying is, how are you responding to someone saying it's like you angry about it, and you feel like somebody is trying to make you or change you, and so there's this resistance. Instead of being like, let me listen to what this person, nobody's trying to change you, nobody's trying to get you to be gay, nobody is doing that. And that's where I think a lot of the people are like, no. The phobia and the fear is the agenda that everybody keeps speaking about. So come on, what the fuck are you doing? So while you say that, oh, I'm not homophobic, what are you so angry about this gay agenda then? What are you fearful of? Do you understand? That's why I don't like to say people are homophobes, because everybody knows the disgusting attributes to that. So no one wants to be aligned with that, but you do want to be able to say, I don't agree, and you're anti-gay. That's how I verbalize it to people who don't want to be called homophobes. You're anti-gay, definitely. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And then people wonder why men are not, and it's not fair to beat a man down for exploring his sexuality. This idea that especially black men, this idea that their masculinity is some sort of jewel that cannot be rubbed any sort of way besides through the lens of this toxic idea of what masculinity looks like. Come on now. Come on. And you act like, oh my God, that somebody is going to try and... What is being taken away from you by somebody being able to express themselves or explore their sexuality? What is it taking from you? Nothing. So you being so concerned and so anxious about the agenda, like, come on, that shit is dumb as fuck, yo. It is so fucking stupid. It is so dumb. And just like Tank said, they didn't want to know what it meant to be gay. They wanted to know if I was gay, and then they wanted to be able to bash me. And that's exactly what I said. You cannot expect people to be honest. And furthermore, why the hell do you want to sleep with someone who you have created a hostile environment for, that they can't even be honest with who they are as a person? You've created this space because, hey, let me tell you something. You be talking, everybody be hollering and screaming their opinions about sexuality and sexual orientation, that the people who are watching you are the men that you're talking about. So if I'm a man who is interested in you, and I have explored my sexuality in that I have had same-sex experiences, and I hear you talking shit about that, but I'm interested in you, I can't feel safe around you, and you want to lay down with me at the same time? So you laying down with a half a person? Man, fuck that shit. You guys need to create safe spaces for people so they are allowed to express themselves sexually. The construct that you are trying to get people to live by, and the box that you're trying to get people to live in, constrains you as a human being. Your human being, your life, your experience. That doesn't mean, you can only be that. The purpose of male and female is to procreate. That's it. What we're talking about is exploring your sexuality, being who you are, and enjoying and loving who you want to love. That don't have love, procreating and love don't have nothing to do with one another. We are going to continue to procreate. So this idea that, oh my God, humanity is going to come to an end because there's same-sex couples. Come on, you guys, that doesn't even make sense. And because it doesn't make sense, you have an irrational fear of something, because when you verbalize it and when you try to talk about it, you sound crazy as fuck. You don't sound logical. You do not sound logical. Oh, it's not natural. We're not talking about that. The natural part is the procreation. That's never going to stop. That's never going to stop. That is what you consider nature. But then also in nature, there are other species that are fucking cannabis. If a female cannabis plant does not have another plant to procreate with, she will procreate with herself. Come on. So what you believe, oh my God, the life is going to end because people are in the same-sex relationships, makes no sense at all. That's why it's called homophobia, because it's irrational to believe that two people coming together is going to cease humanity. It makes absolutely no sense. None at all. And the idea that men can't be feminine and femininity is only for women and masculinity is only for men shows that you are not educated in what it means to be a human, and how human beings have both energies, male and female. But what you're referring to is what society has told you. This is how a woman should act, and this is how a man should act. And those things are not always in favor of either gender. All this gender normal things that you think is gender normative and assigned to women and how women should act and those things that are assigned to men, and those men taking it too far and women taking it too far, that's where the toxicity come in. When you have too much of, and there's not a balance. That's what that's about. Sorry. This is a topic that's very near and dear to my heart, because it is, to me, the way that I see it is the approach to someone's being is real, and then for Black people to be so intolerant when it comes to that, but then want people to understand where you're coming from as it relates to who you are and what you look like. You want someone to say, "Oh, well, I can't stop from being Black." And you believe, because you believe that being gay is a choice. You believe that. So then that's how you rationalize that, "Oh, I was born this way. I don't." So the racism and the intolerance that I get because of who I am, I can't change that. A gay person can hide who they are. Why should they have to? Why should they have to conceal who they are? You can walk around straight as fuck all day. You can walk around straight as fuck all day. Why can't somebody walk around gay as fuck all day? Why? Because it makes you uncomfortable? Man, if you don't sit your ass down with that bullshit, that shit is dumb as fuck. And if you operating on some dumb shit like that, I feel sorry for your mother. And that's just it. Ciao boo. What the fuck? Are you serious? You trying to impose your shit and then tell somebody not to impose on you? Just don't put it on me. What? As long as you ain't trying to turn me, y'all still on that 1988 bullshit? Like, come on. That shit is dumb as fuck. Because that's why the shit, after a while, is funny, because it's dumb as hell. And then for the fact that as a Black person, you can't see the parallels in the intolerance and in the abuse and the marginalization of gay people. You can't see the parallels in that in your Blackness, and so that you can't see that at all, and continue to operate on a level where you have this intolerance for gayness and feel like you can have an actual opinion about someone else's being and how they should call themselves and label themselves. But you want somebody to call you an African American or Afro American or Black American. You want somebody to call you what you want to be called, though. Child, I wanted to hear what Tank said. He's promoting a goddamn album. I'm so tired of these cars driving like this on me. Let me see, Tank. He's on the Breakfast Club. Here he is. He is so cute.
Wake that ass up.
What is Tank? Is Tank a Scorpio?
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God.
Here, I'll find out.
You don't have breasts. Tank, you're not helping yourself. Well, what is considered gay?
They didn't want to know what's considered gay. They wanted to consider me gay.
They wanted to change the whole story.
Because you even said that, because you even thought that,
yeah,
you're gay.
Yeah, I can see how people would think that.
That's how you got it.
It's not a fair assessment of me having an opinion. Now, it's a clip. Now, people who did their due diligence and went and watched the video, there was clarity for them. It's like, oh, I get what he's saying.
He didn't even say
Not that I have to agree with it, but I do get what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't ever think about it that deep. I think we can have conversations like that. Like, I don't think you're gay because you talk about that.
I don't think that either. But we're talking about social media.
Yeah.
And those people don't think past the 30 seconds.
Everybody watches a clip and then they think they know the whole story.
They don't think past the 30 seconds.
And they want the joke out of it too.
And they want the joke. They want a reason to be evil. They having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? They're stuck in whatever position in life, whatever they're stuck in, and this is their outlet. This is their release to somehow tear whoever else down, whatever.
But other than that, it was a great episode, by the way.
I thought it was a great episode.
Yeah, it was really fun.
It was really fun.
Did you get called gay more now with this, or when you was up here talking about you like to get your ass eaten? Which I agreed with you on.
I think this might have been, this might have took the cake. This might have took the cake. Because at least with the salad tossing thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, the dick hadn't gotten involved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think once the dick got involved, then it became a whole different level.
Man, I can't wait to see how much Dick tweets how he chops this up. This is gonna be so good.
So bad and good at the same time. I have an album out.
Well, take one more question. If you have sex with a man twice.
I don't know. I don't know. I've never had sex with a man. I don't plan to have sex with a man. I don't know. Angela.
And what I didn't, and it's a lot of people in the comments that really were like, Tank is gay, Tank is gay, Tank is gay, Tank is trade, Tank is bi, Tank. And if you really listen to what he's saying, he did not say himself, and that is what he was saying. It was like you weren't concerned about the actual conversation about people exploring their sexuality or people being who they are. Are people being who they are after having two experiences actually existing with that label. He's like, because it's not just, oh, you gay. This is my life. This is part of who I am. So for you to say, oh, he's gay, like that's what he's talking about. Y'all just want to label me gay. Y'all don't even want to have the conversation about let's talk about sexual exploration between men. And that's what I was trying to talk about. It's like, okay, let's have the conversation about not him, but everybody's like, well, Tank is gay. It's like, that's exactly what he said. Y'all wanted to label me gay. Y'all y'all don't even care about having the conversation around the double standard of women being able to explore their sexuality safely and men cannot. And yesterday I asked the question, so if a straight man, if a gay man has two experiences with the opposite sex and decides that's not for me, are they now considered straight? Are they now considered straight? That is a legitimate question, because if I'm straight and have two same-sex experiences, I'm gay, and that's it. I'm gay. That's what everybody keeps saying. Some people are saying bi, but you want to say that. So I'm two same-sex experiences for a straight person. You get the label. But if I'm gay and have two experiences with the opposite sex, do I get slapped with the life label of being straight? But wouldn't that actually lead to the idea that our sexuality is fluid? And it's like, what the fuck? Because at the end of the day, it was whatever the fuck you fucking like. Whatever you like. It's whatever you like. And there's nothing wrong with whatever you like. It's nothing wrong with whatever you like. It really isn't.
You know niggas gonna be yelling two dicks at you in the street, right?
My album is out, man. Hear from me, man.
I was with you.
You know what I'm saying? If it's just hate, then, you know, for those people,
right,
It's a good dialogue.
If people listen to both sides, it'll spark good dialogue.
Yes.
Right. You know what I'm saying? If it's just hate, then, you know, for those people, it won't go anywhere.
It won't.
And I like it because I think it does expose a lot of people's fragile masculinity.
Absolutely.
Because I mean,
Absolutely.
like, if you're sitting around with 4 women, why can't you have that conversation? Even if you're sitting around with some guys, why couldn't you have that conversation?
Well, I mean, then they bring up a bunch of things like, oh, so it makes sense that he performed at Gay Pride, and all of these things. I'm like,
you got on a pink hoodie now, they'll say that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Saint Laurent made it in this color. I mean, which one? Yeah. I'm just a fan of humanity. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I feel like we all are different for a reason, and those differences shouldn't separate us and shouldn't make us hate each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At some point, let's sit down and have a conversation.
Right. It's like, what the fuck? It's nothing wrong with what's wrong with you?
Understand something.
I don't agree. You know what are you talking about? There's nothing for you to agree about.
Together and become whole. I don't know, but I'm just a fan of human beings. And
Come
I think
on
that
now,
there needs to be more love and compassion in terms of what everybody's going through. Versus just tearing people down, man. I just don't subscribe to it.
And I feel you're great.
I don't subscribe to judgment. I don't subscribe to hate. I just don't do it.
You're great at having conversations like that. And I did say this.
You're not, Angela. That's for one thing, bitch. That's for one thing. I don't know what it is about Angela. It seems like, and I'm gonna say this, Angela, when her whole, not her whole brand, part of her brand is that lip service, and what they do is talk explicitly about sex. But I feel like Angela isn't comfortable talking about sex. I feel that it's a niche that she just happened to get into, because when she's talking about sex, she does not seem comfortable talking about sex. It seems very like, fuck, I gotta, okay, well, and it's very like performative, I should say. Because when when I listen to Angela Yee talk about sex, it makes me uncomfortable, because she's not comfortable talking about it. And I think it's intentionally teetering on being off color, or what you would say raunchy, and it just is not, it's just not, it's very dry. It's no lubrication. If you really want to, now, if you really want to, we can throw out some puns, you understand? But yeah, so anyways, back to Tank. I agree with him. Sorry I had to go off this morning. It's Friday, you know. It's all good. It's all good. But what else is going on? Does anybody have any fun plans this weekend or anything? Look at the lights just going back and forth. Red, green, red, green, red, green. So, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to yell at y'all this morning. A lot of y'all are some new subscribers, and it would be in your best interest when you subscribe to somebody that you go. I know a lot of people jump on here and start making videos, but I have an about page, and my about page has a disclaimer on it, and I'm not with the bullshit. I am not with the bullshit. I am all about having a safe space for people to express themselves in the way that they want to express themselves without. I'm not with the homophobic shit. I'm not with the anti-gay shit. I'm not with the anti-trans shit. I'm not with the transphobe. I'm not with none of that shit. None of that shit. I love my people, and I love my people who are gay and lesbian and trans and bi and queer. I love all of my people. Do you understand me? So I don't deal with that side of our community who has this aversion to homosexuality based on teachings that were taught to you and your ancestors, to basically a book to hate yourself, and then also leads, and that's what's feeding a lot of this people anti-gayness. I don't agree with it. Why? What is your reason? Why? What is your reason? A book that was used to enslave your people, you taking stuff out of there? No, that's irrational. It's not real. Cut it out. Cut that shit out. It's not for you to agree or disagree. That's the crazy part. It's not for you. I don't even know, like, it's baffling to me that people have and it's weird because I have an opinion about it. But I guess since my opinion is in favor of, I feel like opposing opinions are really null and void, because I feel like, how do you have an opinion against something that doesn't concern you? But I have opinions on things that don't concern me. But it's so dangerous, because there's people whose lives are at risk because of these ideas that some of people in our community employ, and it's really bad and it's really dangerous. You know, children are being put out of homes still that old shit where people are not accepting their children or family members, putting them out because they're gay or lesbian or queer, whatever. Like, that shit is played out, and to the point that's like, and then what's crazy is, like, because of the way that we have been kind of conditioned, is like those people whose parents, shun them and turn them away because of who they are, that they want so badly to be connected to their tribe and to their family, that they want to repair and try to and hope that their family and people they're close to will accept them for who they are. They want to connect to that instead of, finding other people who are just going to love them for who they are. It is crazy that shit like that still happens in our community. And then the absolute the ignorance that comes with acting like there are no parallels, and then acting like there are no intersections, acting like gay is not, it's separate from, like, when it's weird to hear people, especially black people, speak about gay folks as though there are no black gay folks. Like, it baffles me how the conversation is framed, because it's like, black gay people exist, right? You know that we continue to thrive, right? You know that we're not going anywhere, right? You know that gay people have always existed, right? You want to be able to walk around and fully in who you are, but you want somebody else to walk around and hide who they are because it makes you uncomfortable. Do you realize how ridiculous that's just so ridiculous to me? And then but then at the same time, you want to jump and scream and holler when a white woman calls the cops on a black woman or a black man because of a parking space. Oh, and then be like, well, when she says, well, it makes me uncomfortable, that's the reason why I was scared. And you don't see the parallels in that bullshit. It's just as dumb as the white woman calling the cops on somebody who took her parking space. That's just as dumb, right? Her irrational fear of black people is just as dumb as your irrational fear of some agenda that somebody, that is just the craziest shit to me. And what is the agenda? What do you think is the objective of this agenda that people keep speaking of? What's the objective? To break up the black family? Because the last time I heard, the black family was full of heterosexual people doing the absolute worst things to children and to their spouses and partners. So what are you talking about? You think that gay men are breaking up heterosexual families? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Because from what I can see, I see gay people trying to emulate and trying to fight for rights to do the same thing you're able to do, and that you're not doing as well as they are now that they have the right to actually get married. They're not doing it the way the heterosexuals are doing it. A lot of them are not. And they're having successful marriages. So this breakdown of this black family you talking about, those are heterosexual black families. Gay people don't have nothing to do with that. So what are you talking about? That's what I want to know. What are you talking about? What black family are you talking about? That's all I want to know. Help a sister out. Let me know. I love all my people. You understand? All my people. It's crazy for somebody to tell somebody, I don't agree with how your existence, I don't agree with the part of your existence of who you are. Like, that shit is crazy to me. But then you want somebody to jump up with you and on the front lines with you when somebody doesn't understand someone's blackness and rejects their existence of being black. You don't get it. Help me out, because I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I said, everybody is allowed to have an opinion about something, but I feel like, and like I said, because it's neither, here it is. It's neither in favor of nor opposed to. It is what it is. Now, that's literally, it is what it is. It is what it is. And if this is this person's existence, I do not have the right to approve or oppose. This is this person's existence. This is who they are. I'm in no position to approve or oppose. You are who you are, and that's it. And that's it. And all you could do is accept a person for who they are. Who are you to say, I don't want to accept a person for who they are? Not what they did to you, not the exchange or the interactions that they've had with you, because then you could say, I don't like the way that person treated me, right? But you're telling, I don't like who you are. I don't agree with who you are. Like, that shit is crazy to me. Y'all don't see how crazy that is? Like, am I high, too high, or what? Like, what the fuck? Right? Like, literally, I'm just trying to just get it wrapped around my brain. You're telling me that you don't agree with a person's sexuality, their existence is a part of who they are, because your sexuality is a part of who you are, right? Okay, thanks. So you're saying that you don't agree with that person's existence, not your exchanges with this person, but this person just standing there. You haven't had any experiences with this person. This is just a person, gay person, and you don't agree with them, with who they are. You don't. I don't understand. Do you understand what I'm saying, or am I talking crazy? Because I might be talking crazy because the edible kicked in a few minutes back, a few miles back. So I might be talking crazy. So help me out. I'm out of here. Y'all take care of each other. Seriously, I don't be saying that shit. Take care of each other and protect your energy and keep each other honest. You understand? All right. Have a wonderful Friday. Hail Venus. Peace.